See, you didn't get lazy. You didn't get complacent. You showed up every single day, learned every system, trained every new hire, and somewhere between year 3 and year 8, your company quietly did something to you. They taxed you. Not from your paycheck, that would be too obvious. They taxed you from your future. One widely cited analysis found that staying at the same company for more than 2 years can cost you up to 50% of your lifetime earnings. Not 5%, not 10%, 50. And if you're a woman over 45 who has been holding it down at the same company, building their systems, covering their gaps, keeping their machine running, that is not just a career issue. That is financial suicide. But here is what nobody tells you. The problem is not that you stayed. The problem is what staying did to your brain. And we are going to get to that, because that is where the real trap is. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Let me show you how this actually works. Because the math is going to make you angry. And it should. Most companies have 2 completely different budgets. One is called the acquisition budget. That is what they use to hire new people. The other is the retention budget. That is what they use to keep you. Guess which one is always bigger? The new person. Every single time. The woman who just walked in with half your experience, 0 institutional knowledge, and no idea where anything is. She negotiated her salary based on market value. And she is probably making more than you. So why do smart, capable women keep accepting the 3% raise? I am going to show you exactly why in a few minutes. And it is not because you are naive. It is actually much more calculated than that. But first, I need you to write this number down. Let's say you are making $70,000. The market rate for your exact role in your city with your years of experience is $78,000. That is an $8,000 gap. And I know what you are thinking. It is fine. I will negotiate next review cycle. It is not worth the conversation right now. But that $8,000 does not stay $8,000. Invested over 20 years, that single gap compounds into nearly $60,000 less in your retirement account. And that is just year 1 of the gap. Every year you stay under market, that number grows. Now here is the part that should make you set down whatever you are drinking. Your raise last year was probably around 3%. Inflation last year was closer to 5%, which means mathematically you did not get a raise. You took a pay cut. And you said, thank you. I am not saying that to make you feel bad. I am saying it because nobody ever sat you down and showed you this math. Nobody drew this out on a whiteboard and said, look, here is what your loyalty is actually costing you. That is exactly why we are here. But the math, as ugly as it is not actually the hardest part of this conversation. The hardest part is something that was put inside your head a long time ago. And it is keeping you far more stuck than any salary gap ever could. You are taught to be loyal. Not just at work, everywhere. Good girls finish their plate. Good girls do not make waves. Good girls do not leave when things are comfortable, when people are counting on them, when leaving feels selfish. But let me ask you something. When your company had layoffs, did they ask for your loyalty back? When they froze salaries and told you it was a tough year, while the executive team collected bonuses, where was the loyalty then? When they restructured your role, moved your team, or quietly handed the promotion to someone with less tenure, what exactly were they honoring? Corporations are not loyal. They are rational. They will pay you the minimum you will accept for exactly as long as you will accept it. That is not me being cynical. That is their fiduciary duty to their shareholders. They are doing exactly what they are supposed to do. And honestly, this pattern is not new. I did a whole video on how institutions lie to us about things we think are settled and safe. Go watch They Lied About Climate, and They Are Lying About Your Retirement. 2 after this, because the structure is identical. They give you one version of the story. They make questioning it feel dangerous, disloyal, ungrateful. And meanwhile, the gap between what you were told and what is actually true keeps costing you. Whether it is the planet or your paycheck, the lie always benefits someone, and it is never you. Here is the sharp contradiction nobody says out loud. The longer you stay to prove your loyalty, the less loyal they ever need to be to you. Your tenure makes you cheaper to keep, not more valuable. Every year you stay without testing the market, you hand them more leverage and keep less for yourself. Your loyalty is not the problem. Loyalty is a virtue. But right now, your loyalty belongs to the wrong person. It belongs to a corporation that would post your job listing while you are still working your notice period. So how do you redirect it? That is the audit. It takes less than 20 minutes. And it changes everything. This is the part I want you to actually do today. Not think about, not bookmark for later. Do. Most women who do this check have never actually done it. Not because they are afraid of the number, but because they are afraid of what it means if the number is bad. So they stay comfortable in not knowing. Here is what I want you to do. Go to LinkedIn, Salary, or Glassdoor. Search your exact title, your city, your years of experience. Whatever number comes up, put it next to your current salary. Write down the gap. Do not round it, do not minimize it. Write the exact number. Most women who do this feel one of two things: quiet relief that they are close, or a very specific kind of rage. Either one is useful. Both will tell you exactly what to do next. Now take your last raise percentage. Then Google the inflation rate for that same year. Subtract. If your raise was 3% and inflation was 5%, you lost 2% of your real purchasing power. While your rent went up, your groceries went up, your gas went up. That is not a raise. That is a slow leak in a tire you did not know was flat. Now, and I know this part is uncomfortable, I want you to count how many years this has been happening. Because if this is year 6, year 8, year 10 of accepting below market compensation, what you are looking at is not a gap. It is a crater. This does not mean you quit tomorrow. I am not telling you to blow up your life on a Tuesday. What I am telling you is this. Stop negotiating from a position of gratitude and start negotiating from a position of data. Apply for 2 roles this month. Not because you are leaving, but because you need to know what the market will actually pay you right now. That number is not just information, that number is your power. And when you have that number, everything changes, including, possibly, what your current company suddenly decides you are worth. Here is what I need you to understand before you close this video. The loyalty tax is real. The math is real. The psychological conditioning that kept you from looking, that is real too. But none of it is permanent. Remember at the beginning, I told you the problem was not that you stayed. It was what staying did to your brain. Here's what it did. It trained you to measure your worth by your history at a company instead of your value in the market. Those are 2 completely different numbers. And only one of them is going to fund your retirement. Don't let your history at a company dictate your future wealth. Your 70-year-old self is watching. Make her proud. Comment below. How many years have you been at your current company? Let's see who is carrying the heaviest loyalty tax. And if you want to understand why working harder is not the answer, why the system was never designed to reward that video is right here.